Welcome to Soul Healing with Bree. I am Bree, and today I'm going to be bringing through a light language transmission. I was sitting with some new cards that were gifted to me, the Christ Consciousness deck, which I will be sharing more on later. But I received some light language that was coming through me, and I felt this succession of these different beings, the Pleiadians, the Sirians, the Arcturians, the Lyrans, the Andromedans, and the Polarians. And I was driving home, I was on my way home last night, and I noticed a star in the sky that was just flickering at me and flickering at me and flickering at me, like green and red and all these colors, and I wasn't even wearing my corrective glasses, so I knew this was like pretty something weird. And so I used my Skyview app, and it was the star Polaris. So I'm just sharing with this with you because once I go into this, you're gonna sense that the things that are coming through me are not of earthly origin, and they can feel it can feel very new. It can feel very many different ways when you receive light language from these star beings. And the way that I understand what is about to come through me is that this is an amalgam, a collection of messages from Three Eye Atlas. So if you're connecting with this interstellar object in powerful, meaningful ways, I suggest you continue to. I suggest you continue to receive your own messages, and I suggest that when you hear mine, that potentially they have the ability to awaken with you dormant connection points that you're currently holding, and you're simply not aware because it is something you're holding a belief about as not allowed, or you're holding a rule that that's not something for you to access, or you hear me. So I'm just going to drop into this channel. May it serve in the highest and best good of all. If you want to receive the light codes embedded, you may say yes. You may also participate in this transmission as an observer. I ask that you not be driving or operating machinery, no matter which way you choose to receive this, as a receiver or an observer, for your highest and best good. Na yum ne yim na kere haro to ye yama ye ya uana ye ya ne ye ya yada ye ana ye ya. Begin to bring your awareness to Three Eye Atlas. Begin to bring your awareness to your star origins. They're saying, let us help you relax your body. Let us help you relax your body. They're working in the solar plexus right now. They're showing me this will help us expand our light and connect with the sun. Now connect with Mama Gaia. Allow yourself to just be held in the light of Mama Gaia. Archangel Raphael is holding us in the green ray as we connect with Mama Gaia in this new way. this perceivably new way. Yes, breathe. Breathe deeply. Dear ones, we're here to connect. Dear ones, we're here to align. Dear ones, we're here to assist in expansion. Dear ones, the connection you've had to vortices, to sacred sites, to sacred land, all very real, all aligning, all true. They're showing me hieroglyphs, they're showing me crop circles, they're showing me the wow signal. They're showing me 12 tribes, 12. They're saying star origins, star origins, star origins. They're showing me the reunion of the 12 tribes with the additional and once removed 13th observer. They're showing me that the condensing of time measurements on planet Earth were due to the opening of, they're showing me galactic centers with galactic stargates. They're showing me that every time that Earth is making these connections, and sometimes she's making these connections through the way of humanity consciously connecting with these star systems, they're just showing me that they're showing me wheels within wheels, and they're showing me wheels within wheels expanding. That's the best way I can describe that. They're showing me the Pleiadians, the Arcturians, the Sirians, the Andromedans, the Lyrans, the Polarians, the... It's not a language I can say. Okay, they're showing me there's potentially 3 to 6 other star origins involved with this, but what they're showing me is forgotten. They're saying forgotten by Earth, forgotten. They're showing me forgotten within the collective consciousness of Earth. So not forgotten by Earth as a soul, but as far as the humanity's collective consciousness, it has been forgotten. Interesting. Okay, and they're just showing me their... It's October, November, December, and January. They're saying depending on the placement of them. There's some sirens outside. I kind of lost the channel for a second. Hold on 1 second. Let me have some water. Pull them down. Very high frequency light coming through here. So these forgotten star systems They're saying no, not star systems. They're saying forgotten star connections. That's going to be what's really waking up as 3i Atlas interacts with the inner field of the sun. It's going to be really, they're just showing me like as the, how do I explain this? As the field of 3i Atlas touches the fields of the planets and our sun, and I'm going ahead and I'm just stopping right now and just asking again, are they going to make a stop at Earth? And they're saying no. So they've said no to me every time I've asked that question, just so everyone's aware. Not to say that it isn't, that what they house or carry isn't going to be brought to the Earth, because it will. It will come through the solar wind. Yeah, they're just showing me that the light codes will be emitted. They're saying they're giving me this imagery of it goes from 3i Atlas to our sun, to our great central sun, and then our great central sun back to our sun and to us they're saying that's the best way we can describe how these light codes connect. And they're saying too, if they were to try to send these light codes to us, not utilizing our sun, it wouldn't be received. It would be something that would just, they're showing me, bounce off. So really the best way for them to, they're saying them to assist, they're showing me right now that it's more so having to do with, or at least their visiting of our solar system has more to do with the portals on other planets than Earth. They're showing me Jupiter and Mars as well as our sun. So they're showing me that it's not necessarily that they're here to, specifically assist in humanity's ascension. It's just that what they're doing here is, it's like a byproduct of what they're doing here is assisting humanity to remember and remembrance codes. But they're also saying that that's just something that naturally happens with them as a group. It awakens, it re-sparks memory, but it's misunderstood for us to believe that was, they're saying some channels are tapping into this like that was their sole intention, it's why they came here, and it's not necessarily correct. Okay, so they're also just saying to just meditate and connect and meditate. This is one of those star systems I can't pronounce. They're showing me it's what's channeling through now this light language is a break-off civilization from Lyra. They're also showing me Vega and Venus. Sungireash. They feel very feminine to me, but they're telling me they're balanced. And they're also showing to me as a very, it's like a purple, pink, very, but like brighter than that. It's and they're also showing me that they're clearing our aura as they do this. They're very airy. They feel like air and water to me. They remind me of the avians as well. They're very beautiful. And I'll just share that this is just me sharing this, Brie, that those beings to me feel very like a champagne-y. They feel very light, very very little density. Okay, and then the last closing message here. I'm hearing we come in peace, which is funny. Okay, it's the way that this is coming through is don't believe the lies. They're showing me shrouds of illusion. And I'll just say the thing they're showing me, I'll just call it Project BB. And I'll just try to explain what they're showing me. They're showing me that there is the potential that I gotta be really careful with my words here. There's potential that they're showing me the word scapegoat. They're saying it's just potential that parties on planet Earth will create a narrative around 3i Atlas that is very untrue, and very, they're showing me the word manipulative. So the way that I'm decoding this, the way I'm deciphering what they're showing me is that we are to use significant discernment in processing the mass media messages around this interstellar object. They're saying especially when the fear is very, they're saying obvious. And they're giving me like this, a signal. They're saying like, they're showing me, okay. Again, they do not speak in English, so I'm going to do my best to decipher what's being shown to me. They're just giving me this image where that 3i Atlas might be used as a scapegoat. And they're even saying distraction. So if you see news stories that paint this in a picture, they paint it in a picture that has your bells and whistles going off. Like, oh, they're trying to like get my fear. They're definitely trying to pierce my fear here. Okay? When you sense that, get your clarity lenses on so that you can see through it. So that you can discern for yourself and know for yourself what is being presented to you in a package of deceit, if this makes sense. Let me see if they have anything else. This is interesting today. Okay. They're showing me Jupiter again. So they're showing me that part of the reason you've all felt this, they're saying call to joy, and call to expansion. Call to joy and call to expansion. It's because everything is expanding, and the way that they're describing this is they're saying the more gaseous, I don't know how to explain this, or I don't have the verbiage here, but the more gaseous planets can tend to make their expansion slightly before the denser planets. So they're just showing me that in the beginning of 2025, we might felt this like Jupiterian energy of expansion and kind of delight that felt like it didn't match our earthly being. Yeah, that resonates. So yeah, they're just explaining that part of that has to do with the rate of expansion across varying beings. And they're saying us too. So they're saying that some of us might have felt this expansion before the rest of the collective. And that could have caused a ripple where people were not understanding our joy. And that's pretty common in this group from what they're showing me. But soon everyone around us is going to feel this kind of elation, this expansion, this, they're calling it a lightening, or they're even saying the word quickening. But it's this kind of, and they're giving me the image of a dog shaking like mud off of itself. They're kind of showing me that humanity's gonna kind of feel that, and then we're gonna be like aware that we got dirty, and just gonna shake it off. Okay, yeah, and they've said everything they wanted to say, so I'm just gonna let myself land. I love that dog analogy. So you might want to give yourself a little shake off if you feel like, whoa, before that transition, I didn't know that I had this mud on me, but now I do. No. That's kind of how I feel. So I hope that you received something from this. I was pretty, I was sort of the creating the vocabulary based on what they were sharing with me. I was getting help from my Akashic embodiment to bring it through in a way that could have been palated. But there were some words that were coming in that I couldn't say out loud because of personal reasons, because of safety reasons. So I hope that everything did get through that was meant to get through. I believe it did. How do you feel? Did you receive anything in that? And then also know that this is a transmission that you can have be an assistance to you to connect with this interstellar object yourself, you know? I'm here to share what I'm receiving, but it also feels like I'm here to be a bridge to what you may be receiving. So maybe making that connection a little bit more accessible for you without, I don't want to do this thing where you hand your power to me ever. So I want you to know that whatever you receive in these spaces it's for you. It's something that you wouldn't have resonated with unless it's a destiny path for you. So the people that this wasn't a destiny path for, they got off the transmission within minutes, you know, but you stayed because it's for you. So be sure to hydrate, and then let me know in the comments anything that you're receiving, and let's take a deep breath. Namaste.